Now more than ever, it is critical to implement digital technologies in all forms of a student's education. In an increasingly digital-aged world, technological skills have been deemed a must-have 21st century skill to excel in education as well as in the workplace. Digital technology activities no longer only have a place in technology class, but across all curricular subjects. In this presentation, I will unpack how a mix of digital and face-to-face activities successfully teach curriculum content for Year 5 and 6 drama. Drama provides students with the opportunity to plan, design, create scenes, production, and storyboards using digital applications. A content descriptor from the Australian curriculum for Year 5 and 6 drama emphasises exploring dramatic action, space, improvisations, and play building to develop characters and situations. This content descriptor was unpacked through a series of synchronised activities that promote student inquiry, communication, collaboration, and creating through in-class and online activities. This initial in-class activity is a game of Space Jump, where students have to use the space, their skills of improvisation, and dramatic action to develop the scene and characters. In Space Jump, a student will be in the middle of a circle, surrounded by classmates, improvising a scene. When the teacher calls Space Jump, the student is to freeze in the last position they were in. Another student will be introduced into the circle and challenged to create a scene based on the other student's frozen position. Building off this activity, students will be tasked to create a storyboard based on the theme of resilience. The Space Jump activity gave students the opportunity to develop and enhance their critical and creative thinking skills to formulate improvised ideas. Students can transfer this knowledge into formulating a storyline and scene to represent resilience in their storyboard. A following warm-up in-class activity will be played out to promote collaboration and group work skills. In this game, students will work together to use their bodies to create a scene, such as a day at the beach, a movie cinema, or a day at the zoo. One student each round will be selected to leave the room. The teacher will give students a topic, and their challenge is to create the scene with their bodies and the space. Once ready, they will call the student back in to guess the scene. Once students have practiced their teamwork and collaboration skills, they will be separated into 4 groups. In each group, one student's previously made storyboard will be selected. Students are tasked to formulate a script based on the storyboard. This script will be used in a future lesson where they film their short video based off this storyboard. Each group will collaboratively work together, assigning characters and planning a script to portray the message of the storyboard. Finally, in their groups with their scripts and storyboard finalised, they will venture around the school with cameras to capture the scenes from the storyboard. Students will work together to organise costumes, props, and agree on specific backgrounds for certain scenes. Once they have captured all the scenes, they will individually sequence and edit the clips to create a short video. This learning sequence aligns with the ICT capability skill, which consists of 3 main sectors: investigating with ICT, communicating with ICT, and creating with ICT. Students use ICT to investigate the meaning of the word resilience and investigate which backgrounds and objects to use in their storyboard to portray the scene. Students communicate using ICT by collaborating with group members, filming a variety of scenes, and uploading clips to each other to begin the editing process. Finally, students create using ICT skills by creating and designing a storyboard and creating, editing, and showcasing their final video. After learning about how using space, dramatic action, and play building develops characters and scenes, students will put this knowledge into action using an independent online activity. Students will be given the theme of resilience and instructed to develop a scene, characters, and storyline based on this theme using the digital application Storyboard That. Storyboard That has a wide selection of backgrounds, characters, and objects to choose from to develop a scene. In this inquiry-based learning activity, students will have the freedom and creative liberty to formulate a storyline, develop characters, and represent the theme of resilience through characters, space, and dramatic action. As you can see here in my example, I used captions to explain what is happening in each scene and use the characters' expressions, space, and the background to reinforce what I am stating in the caption. In my example, my character Isaac showcased the theme of resilience after being bullied by his classmates for wearing a princess costume. He persevered, deciding to stay true to himself and continue to dress up in the princess costume because it made him happy. He showed resilience by recovering from the bully's mean comments and remarks, deciding to still continue to wear what he wanted. The following week, students will be split into 4 groups and collaboratively write a script based on one of the students' storyboard that creation. Following the storyboard and the script, students will explore the school to find backgrounds that resemble their storyboard creation. They will use cameras to film scenes, bringing their storyboard creation to life. After capturing all the shots, the students will use the digital application iMovie to create a short video showing their angle on depicting the theme of resilience through dramatic action, space, and play building. Students are given the opportunity to plan, write, film, edit, and finalize their short films with their very own creative ideas. This activity deeply aligns with the inquiry-based learning approach, encouraging students to make meaning of a task and are self-guided to form ideas and follow through with ideas independently. The online and in-class activities are scaffolded to build off each other to create a smooth learning sequence. The Space Jump in-class activity encourages students to come out of their comfort zone and think creatively to create a scene and character based on a pose. Through this activity, they recognize how different expressions, body language, and dramatic action set the tone for the scene. These learning experiences are directly reflected in the first online activity, creating a storyboard. When students created a storyboard, they used their knowledge of space, expressions, body language, and dramatic action to portray the tone of the scene. When portraying a character being sad, they would select a hunched over position, place the character in the corner of the room with a sad expression on his face. The storyboard activity directly follows through to the classroom activity where students are placed in groups and collaboratively write a script based on the storyboard scenes. In these same groups, students will film each other around the school, reenacting the storyboard scenes and perform the script on video. Following on from this, students will upload the clips to group members and they will individually edit to create their own final short film presentation. Overall, this learning sequence has encapsulated features of the curriculum for drama using digital and face-to-face activities. Through inquiring, communicating, collaborating, and creating, Year 5 and 6 students have comprehended how dramatic action, space, improvisations, and play building help develop characters and situations.